Benedetto, this is the interview that everybody wants to know about because they want to know about the new cars, the great things that you'll put in place. But first to tariffs.
Yeah.
How much of the cost can you pass on? I also need to say you're in a quiet period because your earnings will be on May 6th. So I know investors will have to wait a little bit more for any concrete update. But how's it feeling?
Look, I think that we as a company are used to manage situations that are changing. We are having this situation change with the tariff. I think we've been pretty quick. Already 27 March last year, we said three things. One, all the cars that are important before April 2nd, no price increase. Two, some cars like 296 SF90 and Roma Spider, no price increase also if you place an order after 2nd of April. And three, yes, there are some cars that will have an increase up to 10%.
But so, is Ferrari immune? Because, I mean, I know the waiting list is long.
The waiting list is covered well into 2026. But apart from immunity of Ferrari, I think there is one important message that I would like always to remember, to myself, to all the team. The customer is the client is at the center of what we do. We have to respect the client, because if he places an order, well, we have to consider the condition and we have to respect him.
I mean, you also said, which I found fascinating, Ferrari is not a midlife crisis car.
No.
Because you're selling much more to the younger generation.
Indeed.
Does that look differently in terms of what they want, how fast they want it?
You said it. You framed it much better than I did. But it's true. There are many. We have a lot of new clients. I was chatting with a client, 32 years old, just last week. He was very pleased because he placed an order for the 296 GTS. So we keep having, and we see more and more youngsters, he and she. I mean, men and women.
Also changing.
Yeah. It's especially in new countries, but it's not only there. We see also that the traction of Formula One is attracting more and more people in our world. So that's good news. Yeah,
and we could have a whole conversation about Lewis Hamilton, but maybe for another time. When you look at everything that's happening between the U.S. and China, does it change again the demographics on where the cars are sold and bought?
We don't see this. We don't see this change, honestly. We see China today. We are selling double the number of cars we were selling pre-COVID. We see, U.S. as we announced in the last quarter, 1 over 4 cars is going to U.S. So we don't see. What I can see instead is the new countries popping up. Eastern Europe, take Czech Republic, take Poland, but also Korea, Taiwan. So these are countries where we see a growing interest in our car.
And this is what for the hybrid, because I know there's also an exciting update today in a couple of hours for the 296. I don't know whether it's fully new or different.
That's the reason why you pick up this date.
Yes.
No, in a few hours you will see the latest born of our new Ferrari. We said that this year is a special year for us because we will have 6 new cars on the road.
Big year,
yes. In line with our plan of Capital Market Day, by the way. So nothing different. We keep the things under control. And this will be the first 2 cars of this 6-year deployment. This will be, you will see.
Okay, I'll see.
Wait a few more hours and you will see everything about those cars.
I know everyone will tune in, Benedetto, but is the market share of that, that's really increasing, right, this hybrid car. Is that what you're expected to just go from strength to strength in terms of market share or in terms of the amount of cars that you sell within the group?
But look, the number of cars we sell more or less are in the range of 13,000, 14,000 cars. That's what we have been selling. We see 50-50 between ICE and hybrid. I think it's important in line with our strategy that we offer the client the opportunity, the freedom to choose. So far, they can choose among hybrid and ICE. Mm-hmm. In the future, they can also decide if they want to pick up an electric car.
I know. I keep on trying to get you to give us a little bit of news on the electric car. Can you give me something?
What I can tell you is that we will announce this car in October. And as we like to do innovation in the product, we like also to do innovation in the way we launch the car. So I will tell a little bit more about this car in a few days during our quarterly call. But we are on track with our plan, and we are looking forward to have a richer product portfolio to offer our client.
What are you most excited about? You've had so far a very good year. Is the
very
tariffs,
good, yes.
Is the tariff something that you just need to work around, or
look, the tariff is a change of the condition around us. In the past, since I am in Ferrari, we had many changes. Now we had the chip shortage, then we have the Ukraine war, then we had also the Middle East war, and consider that some of our suppliers were over there. So we had to manage also the situation. Nobody thought about that. this year, the challenge is called a tariff. I mean, we are managers. We have to manage what is under our control, and we have to adapt. I think that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of business, no? That keeps you busy.
If you like a challenge. If you don't like a challenge, not so much. But it seems
I took this challenge.
and you seem ready, I have to say, to,
I think that we have been, this company had always this clear in mind. You have to be ready for the challenge. It's like when you drive a car. You don't know when things happen. When you are, I was in Imola last weekend at the hypercar. Okay, and when you see there is an accident, there is a situation that you have to face. You have to be agile enough to face that situation.
I mean, there's a bit of a softening, actually, from the Trump administration on tariffs today for cars.
It seems so today. I mean, we like to wait when things are official, because look, we stick to what we said in March 27. When we invoice the car, that was a great idea. I think we had in the company. We isolate on the invoice this part. If things change, we'll revert back. I mean, it's simple.
From a business perspective, could this be a new golden era for Europe if they get through it? That actually there's a proposition that Europe can go head-to-head with the U.S. in certain cases?
I think that when things change, people have to change. I think that what I see, I'm talking about the European suppliers that we have. I see that recently, I see more and more European suppliers that are becoming aware of the need to increase the pace and to offer something unique. So if, let's say, 2-3 quarters ago, I was them more in a wait and see, now I see more reactive. And I'm very proud about that, because we can have more innovation also stemming from them.
Benedetto, I know there's a lot of speculation about what kind of, not tie-up, but what kind of conversations there are between Leapmotor and Ferrari. What can you tell us?
This is interesting, because I read it on the internet. I got a lot of message. Well, I would like to remind 3 things that are important for our brand. 1, in Ferrari, we don't use platform. 2, we don't buy platform from outside. 3, we always keep in-house strategic components. In electric car, the component that the blog was referring to were strategic, so this will be always under our control.
Is there something there? Is there something else that you can work on?
I think that we have some Chinese supplier. Yes. Are they making strategic component? Not. I think that there is nothing more than that. Sometimes also because of my past experience in semiconductor business, I have also a relation with people that were my previous client. So the people start to make stories that are not true.
When you look at China, how do you see the China demand? I mean, we're expecting a lot more help from the government. How do you see China going forward, especially when it comes to EVs?
First of all, when you go to China, and I've been pretty often in the last years, you don't hear the car when they're getting close to you, so you have to pay attention when you cross the street. But I see that the new technologies, let's say the approach of the Chinese people toward new technologies is different from what I see in other countries, in other continents. So this is good. I see also a lot of the pace of development of innovation over there in these new technologies is higher. And this can become a boost also for the Western world, I think. So that is good. In terms of demand, as I said, the number of cars we sell now is double the number we were selling before the COVID. And, we also need the Chinese people to get more acquainted with our brand. The number of Ferrari we have in China is 10,000 cars since the beginning of history. If you go in other countries, it's 80,000, 90,000. So.
Benedetto, I mean, the only really important question is Ferrari. Does it have to be a red car? I know you sell, yellow, green, all kinds of colors, but what's the Benedetto color?
The Benedetto color I'm driving now is red.
Of course.
But in future, I may take something more on the bluish side.
And blue, we're keeping our options open.
Yeah, this is like my jacket.
Viewers are thinking like a blue. What kind of blue?
It's blue like this. I like a lot this kind of blue.
Navy blue.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a bit like Batman vibes. Benedetto Vigna.
No, not Batman.
Not Batman.